Dear Mr. Beast, I challenged you a few hours ago to a 40-day, 40-night fast. I haven't heard anything back yet, but let's take a look at my place once. What we got going on here? Oh, I'm making wine to support myself. Yeah. There's no sulfites in it, so I kind of feel a little bit good about doing it, you know. I don't drink though. Let's see what we got in our refrigerator. Yeah. The pizza, not too whipped about it, but it was free. I got some wraps. They were free too. The rest, this is all dandelions. Yeah. What do we got over here? Oh, I got one thing of coffee left. Oh, that's some yeast for my winemaking. The milk, for my plant, not really for me. Boy, sugar. Won't do. Oh, look at that. What's that? Oh, it's more dandelions. There's some more. There's some more back there. More over there. About 60 pounds. My very small bag of trash. You know, the back injury, 4 screws. Yeah. Bottles to be rinsed out and sanitized again for the wine. What do we got up there? More bottles. Oh, what do I have here? Oh, it's an EMF detector. Yeah. Good for checking a cell phone, because they're dangerous. They really are. You can read your phone manual. It tells you to keep it 1 inch away from your body. I'm also electric sensitive too. Oh, nothing up there. How about down here? No. Oh, that one's bare. How about that one? Oh, that one's bare. That one's bare. Not like I would really fill it. I don't really need a whole lot. And I learned that by getting my back broken and my arm broken by a police officer. Not the back. The back was at work, but the arm was broken, and then after it was broken, he decided to twist it. You know, why it was broken. Paperwork. Oh, default on the loan. Yeah. The judge said I was going to get payment for my Social Security during my appeal process. That wasn't the case. Would have liked to know that. I went to took out the second loan because I thought I would have enough time to repay it back. I've been trying to build up my credit, you know, to get a lawyer. It didn't work. It was going to work, but more wine being made. What do we got over here? Dandelions. More dandelions. My sweet potato. My nunchucks. Air mattress. You know, can't really lift a whole lot, so just in case if I got to move, easy to lift. Computer desk. Trash I found. Piece of wood I found. It swivels. It works. Things. Bong. A very, very old computer. Pair of flip-flops. And that's pretty much it. Three sets of clothes. A pair of boots I can't really wear because they're super heavy. They got steel toe in them. Paperwork from Social Security telling I gotta owe them $29,000. 613. and the bank on the past due loan amount. Cheap way to make a shower curtain was way less than $1. And that's it. There ain't really nothing in there anything else. See, after the back settlement, we pretty much had to sell everything that we got from that back settlement to take care of the arm. Nothing in this room except dandelions. That was the order that was supposed to go up, but she never paid me. Shit happens, I guess. Oh, I would so like to do 40 days and 40 night fast. Yeah. I've done it so many times already that it would be nothing. I mean, you'd be able to make some money on it at least. I mean, just so you know, I'm probably not going to talk during the whole thing. But yeah, I would love to do 40 days and 40 night fasting. I did 28 days and it seemed like piece of cake. That was about 7 years ago when I initially started that. Yeah. I have a tumor in my abdomen, so I kind of feel full all the time. It's non-cancerous and it's non-removable. I got nothing else to show you. But I was figuring maybe we could get Jack Cruz to sponsor it. He's got a wellness center that's going to be opening up, and it's real super expensive to get in. I thought it'd be a good idea. Seeing that he's not too big on food. Oh, he's not. He's all about light. Yeah. Like the blue light that comes from phones and screens. It's very damaging. And he's a neurosurgeon. I figured that's a win-win. You get to do a 40-day, 40-night fast, plus you get to inform everyone that plays video games on how dangerous their microwave radiation that's coming off of that, as well as the blue light coming from the screen, on how dangerous it actually is and how it affects mitochondria function. Oh, don't take my word for it. Talk to Jack Cruz. I figured it'd be a good idea. It's a win-win. We get to do a 40-day, 40-night fast and learn about the fact that we're electrical chemical beings. Electrical first. And I'm electrical sensitive and bipolar on top of it. So this whole Social Security thing, I've been kind of just putting it aside for right now because it's going to make me manic. And I don't want to be manic. It usually lasts 7 days, and I'm to the point of either, writing up a sign and protesting the president, which that usually ends up getting cops called, and even though it's your legal right to protest and do complaints and grievances. But that's how my arm got broken, because I started regurgitating the Constitution. When the officer grabbed a hold of me, I started regurgitating after I asked him several times, am I under arrest? No, we want to talk to you. Then you need to let me go then. Because by whatever standard, you're not allowed to hold a person without sign, affirmation, or probable cause. Rose was there the whole time, and many others. You should hear what they have to say about the story. Because it's fucking true. I didn't say a goddamn thing at all. Except for maybe one thing. Quietly. And to the other officer, the one that didn't break the arm, but he was in utter frickin' tears. Not when Mr. Green broke the arm, but when Mr. Green decided to twist my broken arm.
He let go of my left arm so fast, as well as the lady that was holding my feet. And I sat there looking at the left officer's eyes as tears rolled down his face like buckets, as he hovered his hand over my arm, relieving all pressure. I could have hit Mr. Green. I could have kicked Mr. Green. I know why that officer didn't help. Both of them. Money. You want your pension. Yeah. My arm is screwed. I've been a cook since I was 15. That's all I know is cooking. For a job. I know other things, but for a job, that I like. Because I didn't know I was bipolar back then. But having a job where you're by yourself, I enjoyed that very much. I can feel people. I don't like getting involved in confrontation. Even venting is hard for me when someone's venting to me, because deep down inside I want to help. And most of the time people don't want the help. They just want someone to listen. That's difficult, especially when you can see light, the answer, a way, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, I was hoping maybe you would accept the challenge. Maybe I could get my book published. It's not really, I don't know, a motivated thing. I have a thing with trees. I just do. I don't think a book should have to be made. But seeing that my lawyer was not my best interest, and I'm almost at 7 years, and I don't know what the statute of limitation is until this other lawyer gets back to me, but I think I'm within range. We're not fully at the 7-year mark yet. I just can't believe that Eric took my case for as long as he did. 3 years. For 3 years I could have been looking for a lawyer. 3 years it took him to tell me that, oh yeah, I'm going to need $5,000, which that doesn't make any sense, because when he initially took my case, he said it was under contingency. He had a car at that time, and then a few days later he bought a truck. I always thought about asking him, why'd you buy the truck and not pay the $5,000 for the expert witness, seeing that you took my case and you knew it had merit? I have the police report. It's in my possession, and if you want a copy of it, make a donation. I don't know. The rent thing is the only thing I'm after right now. My rent's been reduced down to $25. I'm trying to get the whole year paid so I can just go and redo this whole thing for Social Security all over again, which I shouldn't have to. Why shouldn't I have to? Because I had a doctor sign the same ordinance that falls underneath Social Security, and I sent it in to the judge. How can you not see that? They lost my paperwork in 2013 when it was first initially done by my aunt, because my arm was screwed up. See, Mr. Green broke it, twisted it, 12 days inside of a mental institution with a t-shirt for a sling. No medication, no pain medication, nothing. I asked for it a few times. I didn't want to, but during the night I would bump it, and if you know what a humerus fracture is, it's not fun. The bone was floating around in there. So the 12th day, when I read the ordinances on the wall, I asked for 2 sheets of paper from the front lady. She thought I was going to be drawing her a picture. I wrote up that contract that you see, I wrote up that sheet of paper that you can see on my Facebook or even in some of my videos, where I stated in there that I should have a half cast in there to show and illustrate the poor care I got at St. Vincent's. See, they knew it was broken. They knew it was broken, and they just shoved me in there because they didn't want pictures. And that's why they didn't take x-rays at the hospital. But you should have seen how that nurse handled my arm. No care whatsoever. And I got to live with that for the rest of my life, that flashback of all that. Every time I hear a cop car, every time I see an officer, I gotta live with that shit. And it goes much deeper than what you probably could even imagine. See, I was a cook at Country Kitchen out in Green Bay. All the officers used to go there to eat. And I do mean all. Green Bay, Brown County, De Pere, Ashwaubenon. They would all go there and eat because they could eat there free. I felt honored to cook their food. Yeah. I'd feel more honored if Mr. Green or the crying officer or the lady would come forward. Their names are kind of hard to make out, but on the original paperwork, oh, you can crystal clear see them. Yeah. I'm going to write a book because what Eric did to me is wrong. He tried to get on the city council at the same time he was in hold of my case. 120-day notice of injury submitted into Mayor Jim Schmidt at the time, and he tables my case underneath Robert Rules of Order. I don't know if you've ever seen those pictures, but you can see the boot print that Mr. Green left behind on my arm. I know everybody's got a sad little tale, but mine goes much deeper than me. It's not even about me. It's about the children that I've seen inside that mental institution and how they were being treated. Yeah, that's not a place for any child to be in at all. And maybe I'll give you a little bit of a story about that later. The KSB one, they'll never forget me at all being there. The girl there, I got her removed from there. They were drugging the shit out of her, and then they would back off her medication when her dad would come there. I confronted her dad immediately, and he removed her that day. Yeah. What do you mean by, you're not a doctor? Well, I'll give you the scenario that I seen and how I handled it. Picture a child completely drugged out of her mind where she's screaming and hollering for help and not receiving it. But this is protocol. I'm not a doctor at all, so I didn't bother to freak out at all. I handled it with care. So you have a nurse outside and she's crying her eyes out. And I'm like, what's going on? She's like, oh, I'm just doing some sensitivity training. Oh. And she's writing down everything that this girl's screaming out in utter pain and agony. And instead of freaking out and saying, why don't you go in there and help her? I just consulted the lady that had no clue on the difference between right and wrong. I mean, is it right to sit there and just jot stuff down or take the child out of pain that's in there right now? She's screaming. Like, it is like if you ever seen like a Sail Asylum movie where someone's going screaming crazy mad. That's what she was doing in there. No help. No, just writing everything she says. I wanted to freak out and be like, why don't you get in there and help her? I mean, this doesn't make any sense to me at all. And I don't think it would make any sense to anybody watching this video that would actually happen. But that did happen. I think that man would remember me. Yeah. He was a pastor. She was a child that was completely, utterly shattered after her brother went to war. She had a bad concept of she couldn't grab that concept of thou shalt not kill, and my brother's going to war. Or the little old lady that used to be a prostitute that was in there. The staff member treated her like shit. And then I made the whole staff cry, because I was just like, hey, that's kind of like your grandma in there. I don't know why you guys treat her like that. She should have a bell and you should be taking care of her. Especially the amount of money that she's probably paying, either state money or wherever. Okay, it was a lot more deeper than that, but I'm not going there. That's all I got. Until I finish a book, I guess. I really don't want to tear up a bunch of trees for a book. A video book? Could it be possible? Would you purchase a video book? Because I got video too. I got video conversations with these people. Like, here's an incident that you'll see in the report if you get it. You'll see that these officers are saying, you can clearly see Mr. Shah resisting arrest. Really? That's news to me, because I have a recorded conversation with Patrick Falls, the manager of RE Management, and he says there ain't nothing on the tape. He says all you can see is a bunch of people standing around. Because you know why you don't see me resisting arrest? Because I didn't. Because I wasn't under arrest. And Rose Alder, I gotta pronounce it right. Well, Rose was there the whole time. I thank you, Rose, for staying there. If you know how an arm, an arm is not supposed to go like, you can bend your arm that way, but you can't bend your arm that way, like you can bend it that way. You can't bend it that way. You see, it just doesn't go down that way. Mine did. Straight down, 90 degrees. It hurt like you wouldn't believe. And then all of a sudden, it was gone. I didn't scream, I didn't holler, I didn't swear, I didn't say anything except for looking at the left officer. You broke the body of Christ. I don't know, it just felt right. Because I was spread out like Jesus, I'm telling you. Arms spread out, legs crossed, and she's sitting there holding my feet. But the weird thing is I know that when we go to court, even if I got to take you to small claims, I know you two officers are going to crack. Because you know, and I know, you instantly let go of my arm and my leg the second Mr. Green decided to grab my broken arm and twist it. Because he was getting off on it. Yeah. Look a lot different than the picture with Mayor Jim Schmidt. Yeah. Definitely deeply disturbed over that whole incident. Oh, but there's more. There's always more. There's even a story even before my arm even got broken. Maybe later.